Previously, in episode 1, Haruto had made a friend who came out of a light pillar one day. Haruto was a child at the time, so he didn't understand Nokana was from a different world. After that, Nokana stayed by Haruto's side as his friend for 10 years, but the time comes for her to return back to her world to marry a prince, so Haruto follows her back, and seeing him, Nokana kissed Haruto and married him instead of the prince. That marriage gives Haruto the powers of light to fight the demons, and the truth was revealed that Nokana was the Maiden of Light, and her husband would become the Ring King, the hero who had killed the Demon King, so he was starting to get into married life, but the demons began their attack on Nokana. Haruto swore to protect Nokana no matter what, and hearing those words, Nokana got drawn towards Haruto and kissed him, which enhanced his light powers, so Haruto got ready to fight the demons. He started slaying the demons and saved a maid's life, and this time he didn't lose consciousness like the last time he used light powers. It was all because of the kiss Nokana gave him before that gave him powers, but the demon who was launching these attacks came out and saw the ring of light on Haruto's hand. This made it clear that Haruto was the Ring King and diverted his attention to him. Alabaster tells Haruto not to jump in to attack, but he didn't listen to Alabaster and got thrown out like a pebble. His powers saved his bones from being crushed, so Alabaster tells Haruto to run out instantly. Alabaster feared Haruto wasn't powerful enough, and yet the Demon King had sent the Knight of the Abyss to kill the Ring King. It's a very powerful knight who wields powerful magic. So Alabaster built a huge stone wall to buy some time to escape, but on the other side, the Demon Knight had already blocked their way out. But then the prince comes down with a sheet to cover the demon in flames. He told them to run out of the castle immediately, but Haruto was worried about Nokana. So the prince asked them to follow him outside first, and just as they did, Nokana was already on the carriage. Prince had already brought Nokana to leave once Haruto arrived. His name was Marmarugias. His name is too strange, so Prince asked Haruto to call him Mas. Then, Alabaster tells Haruto that he's not strong enough yet to face the monsters of that level. So in order to bring out the full powers of the ring, he would need other 4 rings, which precisely means that Haruto has to marry other 4 princesses to get the rings, a harem of princesses. But that just upset Nokana hearing about other women's. After that, they stopped at an inn, and there were only 2 rooms available, so the couple got their own personal room. But before going to bed, Alabaster tells Haruto that a long time ago, when the world was falling into darkness, the Ring King appeared and made 5 rings of light: wind, water, fire, and earth. With it, he fought the darkness and brought peace to the world, but after that, he got married to 5 princesses and the ring was passed down to the descendants of the 5 nations. It showed the bond of the princesses and the Ring King, and now that the Abyss King has revived, the Ring King has to perform his duty to obtain the ring from the 5 princesses and use its power to seal the Abyss King again. But after that, in their room, Nokana tells Haruto that marriage is just a formality, so he shouldn't feel burdened by it, but Haruto got pain from the bruises and Nokana saw his back was a complete mess. She got crushed from guilt because she chose Haruto as the Ring King, so she ran out of there. Haruto follows her, but he met Mas out there. Mas told him Nokana just passed through him and knew something had happened between them. He knew it was because of the burden they had as Ring King and Ring Princess. So he tells Haruto not to feel burdened by the duty of Ring King, because he came to a different world chasing after Nokana and even agreed to become a Ring King to fight the demons. It shows how he feels for the girl, and that clears out Haruto's mind with that talk, so he goes after Nokana and she was near the lake garden. He confessed his love to Nokana and told her not to feel guilty because that's what he chose out of his own free will. So this time, Nokana gets honest and tells that she had resolved herself to save the world by marrying Marsh. But her resolve crumbled down when she saw Haruto again and ended up marrying him because she loved him from her heart. But by marrying other princesses and getting hurt while fighting the Demon Lord is hurtful to her. She didn't want to see Haruto to go through that and doesn't want any other girl by his side, but this was her destiny, so she promised to steel her heart to accept their faith and asked Haruto to take her as his real wife. That was a nice mood build up. But the confession means that this will be their first wedding night, and none of them knew where to start, so Nokana tells Haruto she's ready to become his wife. But he saw Nokana was trembling a bit, so he pulls back. It felt wrong to get in the flow because he was enduring his feelings for 10 years. Which makes it creepier, but now that they are married, he wants to take some time to build their bond. It was a nice decision. And after that they made up, They were still so nervous to sleep. It was an embarrassing talk, so Moss then brought out new robes because they attract too much attention with otherworldly clothes. Then Alabaster tells them their next stop is Elf Village where he could get Ring of Wind, but Alabaster tells Haruto to get more excited because elf are naturally beautiful. But the chance are slim for Haruto because Elf Princess despised Mans. The Elf Village was a peaceful place, but suddenly 50 years ago it was surrounded by the storm walls for some reasons. And right outside, a bear welcomes them with its open arms, so 4 of them runs for their lives and someone took them into a secret passageway. They were the elf people. And Haruto told them he's the Ring King, and Nokana warns Haruto that not every ring nation is cooperative, yet still. Those elf told them to follow and warned them things won't work out with Elf Princess. Then, after passing through that tunnel, they enters Ramka, the elf nation. And goes to meet the Elf Princess first, but the princess was a bit too wary of Haruto. She saw the Ring King and thought that Haruto and Nokana had already kissed each other. Haruto can't deny that fact, thinking about kissing Haruto and runs out of there and throws up. That's something. So, how can Haruto make the Elf Princess his own when she is completely disgusted by the fact of physical touch? Find out more in the next episode, but until then, like and subscribe to the video for more anime recaps, and take care.